my limb? Well, it started like this. August 12th of 2015, had to go to the doctor, and they sent me to the hospital because I had stomach problems and things was going on in my system. So I had to get an NG tube in my stomach and let them see what was going on. So after they did all of that, they sent the paperwork to my doctor, Dr. Stanko, and he said that I can't leave the hospital. The same day I went in, I stayed there for a couple of months almost. I couldn't leave the hospital because I had a heart problem and something was wrong with my lungs. Fluid was around the lungs and the heart was like, he said if you go home, you might not live for another week. So it didn't feel like I had no heart problems or nothing like that. So I stayed on there, and okay, that was August 12th. By September 5th, I had open heart surgery. I started with open heart surgery, okay? And I was in open heart surgery, intensive care, for 34 days. I had to have 10 blood transfusions while I was in there. I was on all kind of machines, and after that, in intensive care, my leg, they put a teddy stocking on my leg, my left leg, and one doctor said, "Why did y'all put that on her leg?" Because I told the doctor that it was tight, and when he pulled it off, my leg had started turning black, my toes. So I had to get my toes amputated. So I wondered how far they was going to go up. So they amputated the 5 toes, and I was all right with it. So when I was in the hospital, after they amputated it, I was so scared to even look at it. And he was saying, "Oh, it looks good, it looks good, it looks good." And my family was there and said, "Go ahead and look at it." And I was so scared. I said, "I don't want to look at it," because that was like a mind blower to get your toes amputated. So I had got an infection in my body. And they called the transportation to get me there, ambulance, because I was supposed to go in regular transportation, but they took me in an ambulance to the doctor's office. So when I went over there, I was like really going, I was out of it. So I was in the emergency room for a while. And I had my family praying over me and everything, and they said I was out of it for like 3 or 4 hours, like in a coma. So after I got upstairs, they talked to me and everything. The doctors all came in, they were checking me out and stuff, and they said, "Miss Love," now this is December 24th, when they were talking to me, day before Christmas. They said, "Miss Love, you're gonna have to get your leg amputated." I like to flipped out. And I said, "Oh my God," and I just started praying and praying and praying. Then I got calm. It was like angels was all around me. And I felt at peace. I said, whatever's gonna happen, I feel at peace. So January the 5th of 2015, that's the day I got my leg amputated. All my family was around, and they was asking me how I was feeling. And like, I never prayed so much in all my life. All I did was talk to God. I just prayed, and I felt peace all around the room. And I said, it can't be nobody but God, and the angels was covering me. So I got my leg amputated January 5th. I stayed in rehab from the end of January, February, March, April. I stayed in there for 3 months. Lindsay came to visit me before the 3 months was out. Lindsay and I think Travis was there too. They came to visit me, and oh my God, every time Lindsay came, I cried. I love Lindsay. Lindsay came in telling me her story. My God, she really don't know what she did to me. She just like made me feel so good. Woo. She told me I got 2 amputations. She told me when she was 12 what happened. And she said, "Want me to take it off for you?" And I said, "Yeah, let me see it." She took it off for me one at a time, and I could not believe it. And she really made me feel like I had hope to live. Because at one time I didn't feel like I wanted to live no more. It was so hurting. But Lindsay really did it for me. I love Lindsay, and Travis used to come and used to check my leg out and stuff, and I loved him. And the other guy, I don't know his name.
Tim?
Tim. Tim came a couple of times too. And I just love Lindsay because she don't know how she made me get out of that depression. But I'm so glad I met Lindsay, because Lindsay did it for me. I would never forget her, never. I love her. When you lose a limb, it's like you got to start all over again like a newborn baby. You can't walk, you got to hang in there, you got to pray, you got to have patience, and you got to just have the right people around you. Because if you don't have the right people around you, it's hard, very hard. The biggest lesson that you have to do, you got to do no matter what.